Alright, for our next topic, let's discuss event handling. Any application you build typically tends to have a user interaction when the user interacts with your app events are fired. So for example, we did see about on-click. So something like that we do have about mouse over, key press, change event, etc. So let's see how to handle events in React. So we'll focus on just click event, but the concepts hold good for other events as well. So in fact, we already had a look of click event a few minutes ago, but let's look at it in a bit more detail. So let's begin by creating a new component. So let's go about creating click handler. Okay. So click handler.js. So I would be going a bit fast over here as these concepts are already done well. Okay, so we have a return, and let's say for now we have a button which says click. So we have exported. What we have to do over here, let's cut this and we'll call the click handler. Yeah, save. And if you have a go look at the browser, you see there's a click here. So now what we'll do is over here we'll write a function within this function. So you can go about doing that as well. So const, let's say we take it as clicker equals, and what we'll do is we'll just log I am clicked. Okay, now you wanna trigger it, right? Or you wanna call this particular function. So how do you do it? We have the on click, right? Yeah, and then what do? We call the clicker. Okay, now if I go have a look at my developer tools and just click, yeah, you see it's logging. So that is one. Okay, now you might have noticed that I'm not using parentheses over here. So what happens if I use the parentheses is it's going to call the function every time, even though you don't see the log over here, but you see it's been called because the component has rendered, right? So when you're calling a function, don't use parentheses as you don't want to do the rendering of the function again and again. So you just want to call it or trigger it when the particular action is taking place, which over here is on click. Okay, so now coming to your events. So how do you go about event is, let's say that we have event over here, and for now let's remove, okay, let's have that I'm clicked, and also I want to log event. Okay, will this work? Let's check. So I'll come back to the browser and I click, you do see there's an event. Okay, this event actually uh, holds a lot of information with regards to the particular target element. Okay, so over here the target element that we have is your button. So button is passing on the DOM event so that you can be able to access these properties. So one such properties which I like we usually go about using is the target. So as you can see, I told who is the target here, the button, right? So you can go about using target dot or anything, like there are so many plenty of objects, key value pairs in there. So you can go about using any of them, but we go about using object dot, like the particular target dot value. So as of now it's empty, but in input values we go about using event dot target dot value. So it tells you what particular input text is holding, right? But in case of button, you obviously know it's just a button, so there will be no value, but you do get a type of the button or tag name or whatever is the text content. So text content, you can see over here what is the text content, click, you'll get every access of all the things over here, right? So this is what your events are.